rounds, so I'm not going max effort at all for the first. Because if I do max effort, I'm not going to make it. Have I had a trainer?
Have you ever had a trainer before?
When I first started, yeah, my brother, not a very good trainer, but he certainly got me into it, told me what to do, what not to do. But since then, just kind of figured it out, done everything for myself. It's like, you know, my own personal crash test dummy. Upper body, hypertrophy and strength, bench press.
Let's give a brief bit of context.
Yeah.
What does hypertrophy mean?
Yes. Hypertrophy is muscle growth. As far as it goes, for pretty much every goal or endeavour someone could have, both athletic and aesthetic, hypertrophy is always going to be a good thing. Having a good muscular base allows you to do everything.
So when you're talking about hypertrophy, how many reps are you looking at? Are you looking at that sort of 10 to 12 range? Or?
Oh shit, man, it's real diverse, eh? Like, you can get most of the research pretty much anywhere between like 6 and 30. The most important part is the intensity. So taking all your sets relatively close to failure is gonna be pretty desirable. So as long as I'm kind of within that sort of 2 reps to failure, I'm pretty happy. I'll go a bit closer than that because I like to. But the closer you get, the less you need to do as well. It provides some pretty good stimulation going really close to failure, so I like to do that. How about become a PT?
How did you get into becoming a PT?
Shit, that's the question, man. It was a bit of a topsy-turvy way because I stopped doing PE at school when I was end of year 11, so it would have been 16. Not because I didn't like sport, but I just didn't have room for it. Went to uni, did physics, maths, realised I didn't like it. And that was around the time where I'd just finished up at the gym for like my first year. Loved it. Got really, really into the why behind everything's done. All the physics, biomechanics, how the body moves, and just kind of took a bit of a leap of faith. We jump, did exercise science, bit of nutrition as well, and never looked back. you know, a lot of the times it's just the small things that a lot of people, you know, for themselves, they don't get very excited about it. But me looking out from an objective point of view, it's very easy to get excited about. So, you know, even if it's just someone showing up to the gym consistently for, you know, for their first week, or them hitting a PR, anything like that, just gives you a little wee rush every time, eh? It's pretty good. But yeah, super rewarding. It gives me the opportunity to interact with a ton of different people, everyone from different backgrounds, different skill levels, and it gets the brain thinking every time, which is super cool. It's really, really fun. I'd say probably the most common one I see is the obsession with chasing like the feeling of something, which to a degree can be a good thing, but it sometimes can also be a bit of a lost cause. The example I like to use for this is like banded crab walks, you know, the way, you know, band around your knees, like, you know, those burn the shit out of your ass. But you look at anyone with big glutes and they're probably not doing banded crab walks, you know. And so just because something's really, really intense or feels really, really intense doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to do a whole lot for your goal. So sometimes when you hear people say, I don't feel this super well in my legs or in my butt or my arms or whatever it is, there is a time and a place for really trying to dial up that sensation. But a lot of the time it's, yeah, lost cause chasing it. It just depends on context, really. But yeah, I can't feel my chest very much in this, but still doing a lot for my chest. Yeah, there's a very specific feeling associated with different positions of muscles as well. Like you would have felt like the stretched hamstring when you're doing an RDL. Yeah, everyone loves that one. And you contrast that to like a lying hamstring curl when you get that really crampy feeling. So it kind of highlights the differences in muscle positions and the sensations that you get. And so sometimes we are chasing sensation. Like a lying hamstring curl, if you don't feel it, something's wrong. But like an RDL, we're not looking for the cramp, we're looking for the stretch. So it's just about aligning the feeling you're looking for with whatever goal you're trying to achieve, whatever movement you're focusing on. Yeah.
Goals at the moment, what are you sort of trying to achieve?
Currently, just like full body, pain-free, good range of motion, like real mobility based. So a lot of what I've been doing today for warm-ups, and of course bench doesn't count, but with all these other lifts, they're all kind of working through very full ranges of motion. So I started off with dips, getting my shoulder real behind me. The bicep curls, getting my arm up and externally rotated at the shoulder. Pull downs, getting my arms well over my head. So when I train upper body now, it's just get the shoulders, get the spine, hands, elbows, just doing as much as they can. And it pairs really well with machine work as well, and your hypertrophy muscle growth work. And then that leads in really well for like a more strength and power based phases as well. Because you've got not only the initial amount of muscle to kind of get you there, but you've also got the mobility to kind of keep you healthy, make sure you're not accidentally popping anything out of place when you shouldn't be. Yeah.
How long are you going to be on this path for? Like, how long do you think you're going to train mobility for?
Mobility, it'll always be in the training. So even when I go into more strength and power-based work, it'll still always be there. Same with hypertrophy, muscle growth. But it won't be the prime focus. There won't be as much of it. So for this, probably maybe 4 to 6 weeks. There's a lot of kind of retesting involved, make sure that things are going well. If I get in 4 weeks and nothing's really changed, then I keep going for a bit longer. Because there's no point leaving the block if I haven't actually gotten anything out of it yet. It means something's gone wrong. But if I get to 4 weeks and shit's going fantastically, the body's moving super well, I'm feeling really loose in all the joints, then I can probably call the phase a bit earlier, and then just work through maintenance volume of that mobility work. Yeah, it's good.
Reason why you do single arm instead of
Yes. Do you want me to show you? So, with this sort of thing here, depending on the length of the ropes you use, a lot of the time when you get down to the bottom, your triceps haven't fully locked out, but by the time you get there, you're not even pulling down anymore, which is the way that opposes the weight. You're pulling it out. And so it's slightly less efficient. Doing it with a straight bar kind of negates that problem, but with a straight bar I feel like I can't really jam my elbows in close enough. It's a mobility thing, also a rib cage size thing. So I find doing single arm really, really comfortable on the shoulders. Still does the exact same thing for the tricep. It just means for those people who need a little bit more, variation and kind of taking exercises and making them fit their body better, single arm works really well. So for most people, I just do that, just because it's guaranteed everyone's going to find it pretty good. I haven't had anyone, have discomforts with it or anything before, which is always a good sign. It's a nice breeze, isn't it? Holy shit. Got 10 rounds, so I'm not going max effort at all for the first. Because if I do max effort, I'm not going to make it. 10 rounds, I'll probably end up in the bathrooms doing a wee spew. 3. Why is that going so slow? Ah, there we are. 2.